Tonight it's about leadership and integrity. But I'll start in a land not so far away from here, Egypt. Yesterday, the country's transport minister, Hisham Arafat, resigned after a deadly train crash in Cairo, killed at least 25 people and left 50 others injured. Please understand that it is not the minister who was driving the ill-fated train, but he resigned. In India, the railway minister, Nitish Kumar, resigned after two trains collided, noting that the accident was more about criminal negligence than human error. That human error was, however, not committed by the minister himself, but he resigned anyway. In June 2016, UK Prime Minister David Cameron resigned following the referendum vote to leave the European Union. He had wanted his country to remain in Europe, but his people said otherwise, and he had to go. In that same country, a member of the House of Lords quit his government post after turning up late to answer questions, saying he was thoroughly ashamed of himself. Yes, thoroughly ashamed for simply arriving late in Parliament to answer questions. Now, at this time when scandals worth billions of shillings decorate the pages of our newspapers every morning, one would have expected a flurry of resignations, not because of any wrongdoing, but simply to take responsibility. Because when this looting happens, there's always a place where the buck stops. But we're in Kenya, and you'll clearly recall, for instance, the words of former Finance Minister and current Member of Parliament, Amos Kimunya, "I'd rather die than resign." He was under siege in Parliament over alleged improprieties in the sale of what is now Lyco Regency. He went and addressed a gathering of his supporters and made the now famous vow. In 2006, on being questioned over the Anglo-leasing scam, the then Vice President Mudi Awori said, "I will not resign. Who is my accuser and on what charge?" Article 73 of the Constitution describes in great detail the kind of leadership Kenyans need and deserve. It does not expressly ask anyone to resign, but the words there speak for themselves. Words like personal integrity, competence, objectivity, and impartiality. The oath of office taken by holders of public office is a promise before God and the people to uphold the sovereignty, integrity, and dignity of the people of Kenya, as well to do justice to all in accordance to the Constitution. While taking the oath, the leaders also promise to truly and diligently serve the people, and end with the famous four words, "So help me God." But today, it is perhaps the citizens who need God's help the most. The blatant looting is unprecedented. The audacity with which public resources are being pilfered is mind-boggling. And yet, there are men and women put in place by the people and the law to watch over public office. The Constitution presupposes that when we go for elections every 5 years, we would look for Kenyans who fit this bill. But I'm not holding my breath. When the time comes for another election, we shall once again leave the comfort of our beds at 3 a.m. to queue and elect the very same leaders. Leaders who would rather die than resign. Are we not tired? Are we not angry enough? Or are we just stupefied or dazed? That's my memo.